Hello and welcome to the Rule 27 video. Rule 27 focuses on vessels not under command and vessels restricted in their ability to maneuver. Get your notepad ready and let's jump right in. Rule 27A states that a vessel not under command shall exhibit two all-round red lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen, two balls or similar shapes in a vertical line where they can best be seen, and when making way through the water, in addition to the lights prescribed in this paragraph, side lights and a stern light. So what this rule is stating is that a vessel not under command must display two all-round red lights where they can best be seen. And then during the day, they would display a day shape of two balls in a vertical line. Then lastly, when they're making way through the water, they must display their side lights and a stern light. Rule 27B states that a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver, except a vessel engaged in mine clearance operations, shall exhibit three all-round lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. The highest and lowest of these lights shall be red, and the middle light shall be white. Three shapes in a vertical line where they can best be seen. The highest and lowest of these shapes shall be balls, and the middle one a diamond. When making way through the water, a masthead light or lights, side lights, and a stern light, in addition to the lights prescribed in subparagraph 1. When at anchor, in addition to the lights or shapes prescribed in subparagraphs 1 and 2, the lights, or shape prescribed in the rule. Okay, so that was a lot of information. Let's go ahead and take a look at this diagram here and break it all down. The first item in the rule states that a vessel must display three all-round lights in a vertical line. The highest and lowest shall be red, and the middle one shall be white. The second item in the rule is referring to the day shapes that the vessel must display during daylight hours. So during daylight hours, the vessel will display three shapes in a vertical line. The highest and lowest will be balls, and the middle one a diamond. The third part of the rule is referring to when the vessel is making way. When making way through the water, the vessel must have a masthead light. Remember that the amount of masthead lights depends on the size of the vessel. One masthead light would indicate that the vessel is less than 50 meters. In addition to the masthead light or lights, they would display their side lights and their stern light. And the last part of the rule is referring to the lights that the vessel must display when they're at anchor. These lights are going to be covered in Rule 30, but just so you have an understanding of it, vessels at anchor must display one all-round light and a single black ball by day. Rule 27C states that a power-driven vessel engaged in a towing operation, such as severely restricts the towing vessel and her tow in the ability to deviate from their course, shall, in addition to the lights or shapes prescribed in Rule 24A, exhibit the lights or shapes prescribed in subparagraphs B, 1, and 2 of this rule. All right, so let's look at this one in a diagram also so that you can visualize what the rule is stating. So the rule is stating that a power-driven vessel engaged in a towing operation, such as severely restricts the towing vessel and her tow in their ability to deviate from their course, shall display these lights. So what the rule is referring to is that the vessel must display the lights of a power-driven vessel. This means their side lights and a masthead light. Then they would need to display a second masthead light, which is going to indicate that they're towing. Then the vessel must show three all-round lights in a vertical line, with the top and bottom one being red and the middle one being white. This is going to indicate that they're restricted in their ability to maneuver. And then in addition to those lights, the vessel must display a stern light and a yellow towing light with the same characteristics as the stern light, and this is going to be displayed above their stern light. Remember that the yellow light indicates that they are engaged in a tow astern. Rule 27D states that a vessel engaged in dredging or underwater operations, when restricted in her ability to maneuver, shall exhibit the lights and shapes prescribed in subparagraphs B, 1, 2, and 3 of this rule, and shall in addition, when an obstruction exists, exhibit two all-round red lights or balls in a vertical line to indicate the side on which the obstruction exists, two all-round green lights or two diamonds in a vertical line to indicate the side on which another vessel may pass, and when at anchor, the lights or shapes prescribed in this paragraph instead of the lights and shape prescribed in Rule 30. Okay, so that's another one with a lot of information that they're telling you. So let's take a look at this diagram and let's break it down to help you visualize what the rule is stating. So the first item in the rule tells us that the vessel is engaged in dredging or underwater operations. This means that from the nature of her work, the vessel is restricted in their ability to maneuver, so they must display 3 all-round lights in a vertical line, with the top and bottom being red and the middle one being white. Then, on the side of the vessel with the obstruction, they must display 2 all-round red lights in a vertical line, and during daylight hours, they would display 2 black balls in a vertical line. This is going to indicate to other vessels that they cannot pass on that side because there is an obstruction. Then, the rule states that the vessel must display 2 all-round green lights in a vertical line or 2 diamonds in a vertical line during daylight hours. And this is going to indicate to approaching vessels that it is safe to pass them on that side because it's free from obstruction. And then the last section of the rule is stating that when they are at anchor, they will not display the all-round white light or a black day shape. They're going to continue to display the lights and the day shapes prescribed in this rule to indicate which side is safe to pass on and which side is not safe to pass on due to the obstruction. Rule 27E states that whenever the size of a vessel engaged in diving operation makes it impracticable to exhibit all the lights and shapes prescribed in paragraph D of this rule, the following shall be exhibited: 3 all-round lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. The highest and lowest of these lights shall be red, and the middle shall be white. And then a rigid replica of the International Code Flag A, not less than 1 meter in height. Measures shall be taken to ensure its all-round visibility. So this rule is specifically focusing on a small dive boat that doesn't have the space to house all the lights required by the rule. They would still need to display the 3 all-round lights in a vertical line, with the top and bottom being red and the middle one being white. And then by day, they would need to display the International Code Flag A. Now, when the rule states that it must be a rigid replica, this means that it must be made out of a firm material. And the reason for this is that when there's no wind, the flag could still be identified because it's stiff, it's rigid. Rule 27F states that a vessel engaged in mine clearance operations shall, in addition to the lights prescribed for a power-driven vessel in Rule 23, or to the lights or shapes prescribed for a vessel at anchor in Rule 30, as appropriate, exhibit 3 all-round green lights or 3 balls. One of these lights or shapes shall be exhibited near the foremast head and one at the end of the foreyard. These lights or shapes indicate that it is dangerous for another vessel to approach within 1,000 meters of the mine clearance vessel. Okay, so this is a long one and it has a lot of words in there that can be confusing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this diagram so you can get a visual and visually understand what it's saying. What the rule is saying is that if a vessel is engaged in mine clearance operations, they must display the side lights and the stern light, but they also need to display 3 all-round green lights. Now, these 3 lights would indicate to other vessels that it is dangerous to be within 1,000 meters of the mine clearance vessel. And you can see that these lights are in a triangular pattern, okay? And then during the daylight hours, they would show 3 black balls that would also be shown and displayed in the same triangular pattern as the green lights. Rule 27G states that vessels of less than 12 meters in length, except those engaged in diving operations, shall not be required to exhibit the lights and shapes prescribed in this rule. So what this is stating is that there are exceptions for small vessels. And in this case, vessels that are less than 12 meters in length are not required to display the lights that we covered in this rule, unless they are vessels that are engaged in diving operations. Rule 27H states that the signals prescribed in this rule are not signals of vessels in distress and requiring assistance. Such signals are contained in Annex 4 to these regulations. So what this is simply stating is that all the rules that we covered in this rule, they're not signals of a vessel that's in distress. Those are covered in Annex 4. Now, these lights are really notifying other vessels of the limitations options and restrictions that that vessel has. All right, congratulations on making it to the end of the video. This is another very long one, and it can still be a little confusing with all of the different lights and shapes that we're describing. And again, just like I've told you in all the other videos, it's critical that you fully understand all of these before proceeding to the next video, because when you get to the final exam, there's going to be a lot of questions around the lights and the day shapes. Just like we've done in the other videos, I'm going to go ahead and take a minute and I'm going to show you all of the diagrams that we just covered one by one to allow you to take a picture, screenshot it to help you in your studying. The first one is vessels not under command. Then we have vessels restricted in their ability to maneuver, but not a vessel engaged in mine clearance. Then you have a vessel engaged in towing operations, then a vessel engaged in dredging or underwater operations, then a small diving operations vessel, and lastly, a vessel engaged in mine clearance operations. All right, so take the time to study these, learn these, and when you're ready, I'll be waiting for you in the next video.